David Banner is from Jackson, Mississippi. I think David Banner was born in the Queens part of Jackson. And he went to Provine, played in the band at Provine, I think. David Banner started out when in a group with Kamikaze. I don't know the first name of the group, but the name I know him by Crooked Letters or the Firewater Boy. And I first know about David Banner when David Banner was in that group with Kamikaze. I think David Banner was really like more of a hip hop type of rapper, because they used to always run around here with these backpacks and stuff on. So I thought he really was like a backpacker. And Banner him and Kamikaze ended up getting a deal, I think, with Penalty Records out of New York. I think Capone Noriega was on that label too. So that's really when I first started really just paying attention to David Banner. I think their first big record was, I think, some called, they had a song, I think, Firewater Boys, Water, something like that. I think Kamikaze, David Banner, and Noriega was on the song. If I ain't mistaken, I might be wrong. But them guys started getting hot. They were getting airplay and all that. They were hot in the city. They were hot. They were making a lot of noise. But I think David Banner branched off on his own. I don't know what for. But Banner went solo and really, like, to me, steered away from the backpack type of rap. He really just started getting more on the street type rap. That's to me now. So Banner, yeah, I don't know him myself. I used to see him around town, but to me, the dude was hustling that music now. I used to see the dude. I ain't gonna lie. We had a record store called Bebop Records in the city. I'm coming out the store. This dude, like, he jump over a car on a dirt bike, an off-road dirt bike, and just landed right beside the door. I was walking out with a backpack on, full of CDs. Now, y'all know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he did pull up on an off-road dirt bike, backpack. I think it was full of that when we used to take CDs up to certain stores and put them in on consignment and things like that. But the dude was hustling that music. He was hustling. Then I look around, I'm seeing them all around town in a maroon type of van. I don't know if it was a Chevy Astro. It was a maroon van. Dude used to always be around town. I'm talking about everywhere I go. See, we trying to hustle the music, but everywhere we go, we seeing dude in this maroon van. He trying to get it. We seeing him. See, I think the difference between David Banner and the other artists in the city, why he really, to me, he the only one really made it out of Jackson. Now, I don't know nobody else. I don't know that made it on the national level. But dude left here. He left the city, man. The man just went everywhere in that maroon van, man. Everywhere. Next thing I know, I looked up. Everybody at Battlefield Park, he shooting a video. I think to that Like a Pimp when Lil Flip. The whole town was happy. Everybody, cause we never just been around nobody that just made it that far like him. Everybody in Battlefield Park, I'm talking about just everybody happy. Everybody happy for him. And next thing you know, we look around, Banner all over the radio with Like a Pimp, him and Lil Flip. All over the radio. I'm talking about just blowed up. I don't know if he got the deal. I think he got a deal with Loud Records. I don't know if he got the deal before then or after then. Then Banner just started working with all different artists. He working with Trick Daddy, T.I. To my Banner just started working with everybody. I'm talking about he was hustling the industry. He was working. I ain't gonna lie, that dude was working, man. Coming back to the city on holidays, giving out money and giving out food to people and stuff like that. He was doing it now. I ain't gonna lie. He was doing it. We look up Banner in movies, doing movies and everything. I ain't gonna lie, Banner did his thing. He did his thing. But the more and more famous Banner got, the more and more people in the city started changing. You know how it is when somebody make it out the city. I guess everybody was glad for him at first. But I guess people were sitting back waiting to see, was he gonna come back and help anybody around him? The more and more successful Banner got, and the more time went by, the more and more people started changing on him in the city, especially the other artists. I'm talking about people, everybody was happy. We were happy. I ain't gonna lie, everybody was happy for Banner when they seen dude want to come back. When they seen how them years started passing by, boy, the attitude changed. It's when that envy started kicking in full gear. Next thing you know, people talking about he better not come back to the city. I'm talking about they serious now. They serious about it. But my mindset is, if dude don't want to come back and do nothing for nobody, he ain't got to. I ain't tripping. But you know how the city is, man. These dudes vicious in this city, man. They vicious. But I think Banner got wind of how everybody started feeling about him. Banner stopped really just being seen around here. He stopped coming in the city like that. He used to still come in and just still be kicking it, seeing them places. I think he stopped that when he really found out how people started feeling about him. And to me, I think he was capable of doing something for the city. But like I say, he didn't have to. He didn't have to if he didn't want to. There's what he chose to do. And then you got Boo Rossini. Boo Rossini used to be called Boo the Boss Player. See, Boo really not from Jackson. Boo from a city called Canton, like 15 minutes outside of Jackson. See, Boo, y'all can't let that pretty face fool you. That dude there was a real hustler. I ain't gonna lie about that. That dude there was a hustler coming up. Still live. But Boo used to record in the city. He used to record his music in the city. I think Boo started making some good music, man. I ain't gonna lie. And I think he went to Baton Rouge and hooked up with CeeLo down there. CeeLo, concentration camp. I think Max Manelli, Boosie, CeeLo, couple of more, Heavy Perez, people like that. And over the years, Boo did the same thing Banner did. He just left the city and he stayed away. He just started bumping into some major people. He just went to Atlanta. I think that way. And he hooked up with Jesus. Some type of way he hooked up with Jesus down there in Atlanta. See, Boo didn't get big as Banner did nationally on the rap side, but Boo was around a lot of people to be able to do something for the city too. But I think they really just gave Boo a pass. They didn't really just trip on Boo not coming back helping blow nobody up in the city. See, Boo got around the right people in the city. See, that's the thing about it. Boo messed with the right people in the city, and he really not even from the city. That goes to show you, Banner from the city really can't come back to the city. He can come back to the city. I'm not saying it like that. He chose not to because he know how these folks feel about him. He know how these dudes feel about him. But Boo just came back and opened up a bar, a restaurant. Yeah, Boo opened up a restaurant in Jackson down, I think, on State Street. So they really don't trip with Boo like that for the same thing that they tripping with Banner about. They don't trip with Boo about that. Because I feel like both of them was able to do something to change people's lives in the city, and then now one of them do it. Now one of them do it. Now, to me, if both of those guys, Boo and Banner, would have played their cards right, like they should have, they missed a lot of missed opportunities with all the talent around the city. But I don't know what their mindset was. They just didn't want to do it, or they was just worried about their own careers. I don't know what it is, but to me, they weren't thinking like bosses to me, because they really just could have took a couple of guys from the city, just blew them up, and it just could have just the whole town could have thrived off him just messing with two people, and them two people could have brought their crews in. I see why a lot of people be mad about the situation, but really it just ended up how it ended up. Yeah, I think they all right, Boo and Banner, but I think those guys, they let millions of dollars slide right through their hands. They had millions of dollars right here in the city, and they just let it slide through their hands. Like Master P and Baby did for New Orleans, and like Gotti and Young Dolph did for Memphis, Banner and Boo could have did for Jackson. Now, I think they was around the right people. Now, if they would have put a game plan together and presented it to one of these labels, I think they would have gave them guys a budget to come around here and do something like that. But I guess they just didn't want to do it.